Buenas, 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 and welcome to a 2021 refreshing new season, new everything. Even though it's already started crappy,
the new.
Milky and the Bean,
As always, your host, Milky.
and myself, the Bean, and welcome. As you can see, we are still quarantining from each other. We are still 600,000 feet. I don't know how far we are from each other, but we're away from each other.
The bean has a strong stench. That's why we're keeping away. The bean's got that fragrance. You know, it's like when your nana makes a big old pot of beans, and that's how his house smells. So I'd like to keep it over here in the
what your house smells like. When someone puts like frijoles, but like in the Cool Whip container, and then like 6 months later, you go to open that Cool Whip container, like
and it's got the foot smelling mold.
Yeah. And then you open up the butter, and it's the same thing. Son of a.
But for real, both of our houses smell like Fabuloso because we're south of 22nd Street.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, once you hit 22nd, it smells like Fabuloso. So.
Yeah.
All right.
What's been up, bro? What's good with the 2021?
A little craziness here and there.
I hear you.
Everything on myself, though, good. How about you?
Well, I'm doing just fine, especially after that dub I took and that L I handed you in our fantasy football league in the championship. You know, I'm two-time fantasy football league champion.
Let me pause for a second. Let me say, all right, guys. So Milky last year won the 2020 fantasy football league. Okay, this year, yours truly faced Milky for the Super Bowl. I had a 51% chance of winning.
Before
this guy had
Alvin Kamara,
who got him like 50-some points in the first game, and it was done for me.
He scored 6 touchdowns in one game.
You know what's crazy, though? I had Tom Brady, who scored 6 touchdowns. But you know what sucked? Because he got scored 6 touchdowns, they took him out of the game because we don't need you no more.
Right.
I'm like, no!
You're like,
no!
I need you. Bruce, put him back in, Bruce.
Come on, man.
It was interesting there for a little while, though.
It was interesting. I was like, yes, and then all of a sudden it just went to crap. So,
once
ladies and gentlemen,
third quarter, I knew it.
So, ladies and gentlemen, for the 2021 fantasy football champion, it goes to Senor Milky. Everybody. 2 years in a row.
I just want to thank the Milkman and Los Lecheros. Milkman was last year. Los Lecheros was this year. They fought hard. They fought long. And eventually we became victorious. It wasn't because we didn't have hard knocks. We took some L's, but we came out victorious. So I thank my men for working hard all year.
What draft? I can't remember. What draft pick did you have? Yeah, I had 5th. It could, you know what? It almost happened where me and my wife almost were going to do Super Bowl.
Correct.
It almost happened. And I will tell you, my wife, I'm letting you know, you did amazing. My wife, I will tell you, everyone, she is awesome. When she does fantasy league, the first year she did it because she was, she got someone that dropped out, right?
Yeah. She took over a team, right?
She took over a team, and she liked it the first round. And then the next one, she's like wanted to do it again. And I'll tell you, it is so awesome to have your wife play fantasy football because like she's right there researching with you. She's looking at the players. You know, we get home and it's like, hey, did you see so-and-so how many points? He's on bye week. Hey, I need to add a new player, which is so awesome. So, babe, I'm so happy you play fantasy league. And she made it to 3rd place, I think. No, 4th place.
Yeah.
3rd or 4th, one of those. So
she made it to the playoffs.
If she would have beat you,
she would have been in the championship. She probably would have mopped your ass too.
But the trophy would have been here.
Hey, this would have been at the house. But instead, it's still on my mantle. But seeing how you were mentioning that, my wife, she, we have a different league. We're just a little friends league, and she plays as well. So I understand your excitement. Unfortunately, with all the craziness that was going on, she kind of got hosed a few times just because she didn't get a chance to set up her lineup. She's saving lives. I'd rather her save lives than win championships in fantasy football. So
yeah. Hey, she deserves a trophy for that.
For real. That's why it's staying home, bro, so she can share it with me.
So, Wow. So your wife, she's a nurse, right? And a lot of you don't know, she's a nurse here, and she got her vaccine.
She did. She did.
And I am very fortunate. I actually received my first vaccine. I'll actually be getting my second vaccine, I think, like in a week and a half or so. So, hey, man, if you guys can get it, I'd say you get it. I will tell you, the first time I got it, I had a little reaction, nothing crazy, but, just sore arm, a little lightheaded, had a headache, a little soreness. But honestly, it went away, I know there's people out there that don't want to get it because they're like, oh, I'm going to be microchipped or I'm going to be listened to or something. I was like, do you not know that your phone is listening to you? Do you not know that your computer is listening to your phone? I mean,
where's the flag on the plate? Throw the flag on the plate because I got something for that. It's all right. It's all right. Let's we call that technical right here. So first of all, I haven't taken it, but I was lucky enough to be in the room as my wife got the first one. And let me tell you something. I don't like needles, but that needle is so small that they couldn't have passed the most micro of microchips through that needle. And she even said that it was even smaller than a flu shot needle. So it should be no problem. But like you said, she definitely is on the front line. So she actually just got her second one. And for everybody out there wondering, she did say that the second one sucks worse than the first one. She said that it does hurt. It does burn a little more than the first one did. So if you are getting your vaccines, which we all hope you are, please make sure that you understand that the first one is a soft blow and the second one is a hard blow. It's going to hurt. So
the first one is for your body to get used to it. Mm-hmm. Your body has to get used to it, right? It's to introduce your body to get ready for it. And then the second one is the chingazo,
The pinche chingazo way, like for real.
The first one is cantiflas, just to get a little, and the second one's canelo, ready.
Yep, for sure.
Oh, man. All right, well, so, 2021, excuse me, allergies. 2021, what are you looking for? Like, what are you hopeful for? What is it that this year, there's so much we can want, so much that could happen, but what is it something that you would like that you think could happen?
Well, I'll start off with this. Since how we were just talking about the vaccine, I really do hope that the vaccine works because if it does, then a lot of stuff kind of starts to get back to normal. I think that I really hope that the country, even if you don't believe it, you at least get it just because while you might be immune, the person that you come in contact with next may not be. So just think about that. But other than that, I got a laundry list of things I'm hopeful for. But what about you? Anything right off the top that you're hopeful for?
There's so much. You know what I mean? I one thing I'm hopeful for is everything to hopefully open back up. Yeah, it's really tough for being a dad with kids. With my kids, it's my daughter's 2. She's learning everything. She's starting to understand a little bit of stuff here and there. My son. He's he's under a year, and it kind of sucks not to be able to take them, to the zoo, to events. My daughter, maybe take her to the movies. I wanted her to experience that. I am grateful maybe that this did happen at a very, very young age, so she's maybe not going to remember it. But I would like everything to hopefully not right away. Boom! Just I wake up tomorrow and everything's back to normal. I know it's going to take a while, but I hope I want to take her to a restaurant, I want to take her to
a restaurant.
She's been to a restaurant here and there. Yeah. But I want to take her to Dave & Buster's. That's my place. I love Dave & Buster's, man. I want to Peter Piper Pizza. I want to, take my son. My son has never been to a restaurant.
Yeah, no, that's true. But granted, he can barely hold his head up at this point.
No, dude.
I'm messing around.
But speaking of update, my son has started standing.
Oh, boy.
He started standing. He stands up for like a good 10, 15 seconds.
And then he's like his dad all borracho and falls down.
You know what I'm saying? It happens, So
it's that Vera gene. Yeah. Well, no, I hear you, man. I really am the same way. Like, I hope that all the bans get lifted and we can have some forms of entertainment to come back. At least the fact that my stepdaughter is 10 years old, and we've already experienced all that. But yeah, it would be fun to go back to like Dave and Buster's, or watching the Cardinal games. They're Cardinal fans, so taking them to a sports bar to watch the game, kind of stuff.
I just missed out going to a bar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I used to hate it, but now I miss that Red Bull Red Bull Red Bull vodka's cranberry vodka smell like at 2:00 in the morning, at Shay's Bar or something.
Yeah. Well, it was funny because we were talking about the fact that like the college kids are for instance, the freshmen, sophomores, 21-year-olds that are coming in, like they don't get the real effect of going to a bar, overpriced drinks that are watered down, bumping into people, spilling half your shit, dancing, talking to a pretty girl just to go home by yourself, all that good stuff. The stuff that we would
nobody can experience their going to Kentucky's and drinking a Scorpion by themselves, even though it's a minimum.
Bro, let me tell you. But these people, I will say this though, at least they're not wasting a bunch of money getting a bunch of diseases and shit.
For real. Oh my God. One thing is, I have a cousin, and I like to take him on trips. Me and him have made a bond and a relationship, and I took him to Six Flags. We've done trips together, and I've always told him, when you turn 21, I want to take you to Vegas, and we've always said it. Well, this is the year he turns 21, but he doesn't turn 21 until September. So it's
perfect.
Like, are we gonna go?
Hold up. What day in September?
September, I think it's like September 19th.
My gosh.
His birthday's on the 19th, so I think we're planning on going, either on his birthday or a few days after.
My 35th is gonna be the 24th of September, so maybe we double date.
Ooh. It's just a guy's trip though. Right?
So
I just want to make sure. Okay, all right. Well, we'll talk about that later. Side note.
So we were speaking about fantasy football and everything, and I don't know if you recall at the beginning of the year we had a little bet about whose team was going to do better.
Yep.
Do you recall what records you said your Patriots were going to have?
I think I did something like a 10 and something.
No, you went like 12 or.
Really?
Yeah, because I said 11-5 for my Steelers, which I was pretty close. They ended up being 12-4. Yeah. But your Patriots did not fare so well. So I'm hopeful that the Patriots can at least figure it out. And my Steelers.
Well,
go ahead.
There are some rumors for next year, so I've been reading up a lot, and it doesn't look like Cam is coming back.
Definitely not coming back.
Which I'm okay with. Mm-hmm. I don't believe this source, but it's cool to know. It's a possibility that we might be getting one of our quarterbacks back. It's not Tom Brady. Maybe Garoppolo. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Which I said it's a rumor. I'm not confirming it, saying it is, but hey, I personally wouldn't mind. But who knows? That's the problem we have next year is a quarterback. So if we can get Garoppolo, hey, I'd be cool with that. But we'll see. Who knows?
You have a much better shot of moving up in the draft and getting another quarterback. There was talks that they were going to give the moon to the Jets so that they could steal Trevor Lawrence away, but now that the Jags got it, I don't think they got enough moon and stars in their pocket to give that away from the Jags.
I don't know. We'll see, man. I'm not going to lie. I like watching the draft. I do, I like watching the first 5 or 10, But this one, I'm really, really want to watch it because I really want to know what Belichick's going to do because he really has to build the team. It's just a whole different vibe, a whole new everything. So we'll see, man. Again, I'm a Pats fan for life. Live or die if they suck or not. I'm not gonna lie. It's a little sad that we didn't make the playoffs since 2000.
Mm-hmm. But let me add on to that. So are you going to be as supportive as your wife has been over the years for your wife's team, seeing how they're in the playoffs? It just so happens to be my team being the Steelers.
I support my wife, and yes, I would support her team if her team goes to Super Bowl. I'd support,
Oh, but just to the Super Bowl, you're not going to support them throughout the playoffs, since you don't have any.
I support my wife and my mother-in-law. That's their team. I support them.
Fair enough. Fair enough. You're gonna wave a terrible towel when they win.
No. Sorry.
Well, let's hope. Let's hope because I'm confident they can get past the Browns. But past that, I am scared. So in that note, let's maybe make another little not side bet, but a prediction, if you will. Who do you think goes to the Super Bowl, and who do you think wins it? Who are you hopeful for? Who are you hopeful?
You know who I would really like to see win it. I'm hopeful for is Rodgers. I know
To ride off into the sunset as a champion.
you know what I mean. Like, dude, a lot of people. I mean, everyone's different, but a lot of people talk crap about players and stuff like that, and for some reason, like when like Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers or whoever else is old, oh, these guys can't do it no more. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I like these youngins. Like, I'm a big Patrick Mahomes fan. I wouldn't mind him winning again. Like, but he's so young, dude. He's gonna be there for a while.
Yeah, yeah.
So I mean, I just for me, I personally would like to see Rodgers win. Currently, right now, Seattle's losing to LA 20-10.
So you're telling me that accounting and finance major that was sleeping on his couch that still has a LinkedIn profile is beating Russell Wilson?
Isn't that crazy?
That's nuts. That guy needs to get on a team. Like, I don't know how that guy wasn't on a team before. I watched him against the Cardinals last week, and if he's doing that against Russell, then let's sign that guy up to some team for sure. He can definitely play for the Jets or somebody.
So I don't know, man. Well, I mean, who do you see? I mean, I know you want your Steelers. You got to say your Steelers. That's fine. Who would you want to see second?
Listen, I mean, I'm a realist. I take my dubs just like I take my L's. So I don't think the Steelers have enough because they forgot about the run game. So they don't have enough to get past the AFC Championship for sure.
I mean, your guys' defense right now is looking good, but
I mean, I honestly predict, and just because I'm a Steelers fan, Steelers Chiefs. But let's get real. Tennessee's legit, and the Ravens are legit. But just for hopeful sake, let's say Chiefs, Steelers. I could definitely see it being Saints Pack, but I don't know.
I would really like to see a Breeze Rodgers like
NFC Championship. That means your boy Brady doesn't make it.
I mean, hey, again, I'm a Brady fan. I am a Brady fan, but when he's not on the Patriots, like I'm rooting for him, but I would definitely like to see. It's always good to see something different.
I think it would be awesome, especially because 3 out of those 4 teams have quarterbacks that are probably going to retire within at least the next 2 years.
That's what I'm saying, and it'd be nice to see them now.
Yeah, I think Big Ben still got 1 more year.
I think so.
I think Breeze is probably done.
You think so?
I think if Rodgers wins, he'll be done.
He'll be done. Yep.
So just for shits and gigs, I wouldn't mind seeing an NFC team win. Personally, I would like to see Drew Brees, considering he's had so much adversity, win it all, and he hasn't really got one really too much. I mean, he's got 1, I think. But I could see Rodgers doing it. But normally I say, fuck, nobody's got it but the AFC. Like, AFC's the king of the hill.
Yeah.
I don't know this year because the AFC is trying to play that NFC game of who can score the most points. And that's a game that the NFC has been winning for a long time. So I really do see the Packers probably winning it all, honestly.
Yeah. Again, yeah, I mean, we'll go. I mean, I'm excited to see. We'll stay updated on this. We'll make our predictions, and we'll go from there. So, yeah, I'm excited.
So let's switch gears. What do you think about your kids are young. So as far as mine is concerned, I can't wait. And I'm sure all you parents can't wait to get your kids back in school. Not because I don't love them, but because these damn teachers, while like nurses, deserve a cape or at least a badge and a nightstick. Because these kids will drive you crazy. So I pray for all you parents out there that have been having to deal with it. But I'm hopeful maybe not this semester, but next year after summer in August, we can get back to in-class school. Please. Please.
Okay, yeah, it's hard for me because again, my kids are tiny. I mean, they go to a sitter, so.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I get it. I can imagine. It's tough for a teacher to probably teach all these students on a computer. Um, it'd be nice for them to go back to routine, and maybe some teachers do like working from home. But I just think for kids, I think it's just good for their mind and for them personally to just leave the house, go to a class, be around people.
What's a social interaction? Like, I think
Yeah.
it's very important to have a social interaction. And I feel like these teachers, unfortunately, you can't like keep a kid engaged when they can turn off their camera and turn off their mic or mute their mic. You have no idea what they're doing. So just judging from the little bits that I've heard from my own daughter's like Zoom school that she's having to go to, some of these teachers, I'm sure, especially high schoolers and stuff like that, I pray for y'all. I hope that you keep your wine closet stocked. Your wine cellar is stocked because I'm sure every night you need a glass. Because damn it, my 10-year-old's about to drive me up a wall. I love her, but it's just the fact that the lack of paying attention, or she's bored, or this kind of the other thing, and then they give her homework and she doesn't know what to do with it because she wasn't paying attention in class. So I think just judging from what I've experienced in school class is where it's at.
See, I just feel I see these videos of like kids in high school, like no joke, rolling out of like 2 minutes till class is about to start, rolling out of bed, turning on their camera, and just not even brushing their teeth, changing right away. You know what I mean? And getting up early for school, getting ready, that's something that helps with your mind. That helps you get into routine, refreshes you and just gets you in this routine. And right now, these kids, all these routines are just go to sleep late, wake up early, turn on the computer, All right, we need to go back to normal. We need life to go back to normal. And I'm hopeful that it's going to be soon. I personally don't think it's going to happen within a month or two,
Yeah.
Just because this vaccine is out doesn't mean that, oh, hey, right away, guys, boom, let's go back to normal. No, you gotta wait for stuff to take effect,
Yeah.
We need to make sure that people actually take the vaccine, So, I'm just hopeful that school does go back to normal and, we can just see a normal routine. So
Yeah, because I think that it would be really like even for your kids and like younger kids, I think it's really important to have that social interaction. And if you're talking about, oh, I can't send them to kindergarten and there's no way I'm going to keep them engaged in the first kindergarten, preschool, first grade type thing, then you have to have some sort of in class, or it falls on your shoulders to be a stay-at-home parent to facilitate education.
yeah,
It's just tough. It's really tough. And anybody out there who's doing it, kudos to you. I hope everything works out. I hope, you instilled what you need to instill in your child to where when they do go back to class, they're on task. They know they're not behind, I'm sure there will be. And that's kind of, one of my fears is that there's going to be a huge gap of kids who got stimulated and were able to kind of maintain the education level. And then there's going to be the others that, for whatever reason, I understand parents got to work and you're relying on your 10-year-old, your 11-year-old, 12-year-old to self-monitor and stuff like that. But we were all kids too. Could you imagine what it would have been like to be 10, 11, 12 with two working parents by yourself, nobody to monitor you? I mean, I'm watching cartoons, son. Sorry.
You're just eating those. What are those? Fruitio? No, not spaghettios and.
Yeah. I mean,
Spaghettios.
some Maruchan, some Kool-Aid, and some cartoons until my report card comes out and they realize how little I've been doing.
Damn, dude, I'm about to get that Spanx. Yeah, man. I'm just hopeful that things go back to normal. It's not going to happen right away, but all I ask is, and I'm not asking, I'm just saying, hopefully we're all taking the same precautions and staying away from group gatherings and washing your hands and wearing a mask. And I know we talk about this a lot, but if we want things to go back to normal, we need to do this in order for it to go back.
Well, and I mean, on a whole nother level, and we're gonna start talking about our show now. I really want things to go back to normal because we've had so many plans for this show that have been put on hold simply because we can't go out and do the things that we want to do. A lot of it pertains to being out in public and, doing some filming and, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's just real tough. So I'm hopeful that, middle of the year, end of the year, whatever, we can get into that full force of what we were hoping that we were going to get into by the end of last year.
And so just to give a little taste to people. Yeah, just to give a little taste to people, like we're going to do Tucson's Best Sonoran Hot Dog. Yep. Güero Canelo versus BK's. Yep. Drive-through showdown. So go to different drive-throughs. Name that fries. Yes. Just different. I mean, go sit in Grant for 50 minutes to go through construction.
Well, it's just one of those deals that it's tough to do the things you want to do. We spoke before about how people were starting their own businesses and trying to create something due to lack of employment or whatever. Once again, like with this show, it definitely, even though we were young with it and didn't have a ton of experience, it would have been nice to have these kinds of things available to us to kind of keep the show lively. Instead, I'm not the prettiest thing you got to look at. It would have been nice to show other things in other places, because that's what this show needs to be about, is really showcasing Arizona, Tucson, Eloy, Phoenix, all that good stuff. And that's what we want to get into. So we're hopeful that y'all will stay tuned with that and ride us out through the storms, because we got some stuff for you guys, for sure.
Yeah, and there's one thing I want to quote somebody just about 2020. It's one of our really good listeners and part of our team, Eddie. He made a comment on one of our videos about 2020, and 2020, he said, was horrible, but it made him really appreciate what he was grateful for and everything he had, right? And grateful for everything. And we should all be the same way. Even though we can't go to restaurants, we can't go to family gatherings, we should be grateful that we're here and we can actually spend time with our families. So I just wanted to throw a shout out to Eddie. I really appreciate that comment. I really appreciate you always helping us out. And I think that's something that's going to stick with me. No matter how the year could be going, even though it started off crazy already, just be grateful for what we have. So
listen, 2021, can you not take Dr. Dre from us, please? Can you stop playing? Can you stop playing?
Like, dude, if you take Dr. Dre, I'm done. I'm done.
I'm canceling my trial. Like, I'm done with 2021. Listen, December 37th, 2020 can go down. Like, I'm done with it. Like, just be done.
I just want to talk about this. Whoever you are, the person decided to go rob Dr. Dre's house because you knew he was in the hospital, shame on you. I hope you get chorro and you're rosado for the rest of the year. I hope you get some squirts and you have a baby rest the whole rest of the year.
Son, let me explain something. Like, you are talking about somebody who shaped the 90s and the early 2000s, who is somebody who will go down in history as one of the more important influential factors in entertainment history. And you thought it was, I know, right? The beats. And you thought it was going to be cool to just go rob this, bro? Come on. That's low. Like, go loot a store. I'm not promoting that. I'm just saying, before you go hit up Dr. Dre.
Well, hold on real quick. Let me put the little subtitles on the bottom.
Yeah.
We did not condone.
Yeah. Milky's viewpoints are not that of the show of Milky and the Bean.
Yeah. So, man, I mean, and to be honest, we're not talking politics. Of course, Dr. Dre, the whole thing in the Capitol.
Yeah.
I will tell you this, and I'm not getting into it. I just want to say I am very grateful that the people, not grateful, but I'm very happy that there's action being taken that there's people being arrested for the things they've done. And they're going to face the consequences for the things they've done. So, it was just a horrible thing. And I hope something like that never happens again. Again, all politics aside, we don't like to talk about politics, but we just want to make sure everyone's safe. I would never want that to happen to anyone. So,
I mean, just to round that one out, anybody who follows me on Facebook knows I'm not super vocal, but when stuff like that happens, I definitely put my 2 cents in. I really am hopeful that in 2021, and I mean every single one of you that is watching this, I really hope that we can stop letting other humans with their ideas dictate how we behave. Because whether or not you believe in whatever's being said or how this person should lead or how the country should be run, we're all on the same team. And at some point we forgot that. And that shit's got to stop. Because it's like, we always talk about football on here. It would be like as if the offense hated the defense. You're never going to win a game. So can we please stop? Martin Luther King, whoever you need to invoke, nonviolent, please stop being ridiculous over who won, who lost, whose ideas are right, who's fit to run this country. That politics aside, we're all humans here. And like everybody said 4 years ago, if you don't like it, you can get out. I stayed, you stayed, didn't like the outcome of 4 years ago, but it happened and we rode this through. So let's pick each other up. Let's dust each other off. And let's do this for us, not for anybody else. That's all I'm
Amen. Amen. But hey, speaking of looking hopeful, first of all, I want to thank everyone. We hit our goal. Not only did we hit 100 subscribers, but we got to 105. So I just want to thank you for everyone who first started with us. Thank you so much. For the new people, welcome. We appreciate your support. Please share, like, comment, invite some of your friends, your nana, your nino, your nana, your neighbor, everybody. Just please, we really appreciate it. We started this less than a year ago, and it's been going great. We have merch. We have, a great fan base. There's so many cool things we're going to be doing. Like I said, we expanded our team. Hopefully we can start doing stuff on the road. We're going to start doing little segments here and there. We're going to actually be playing games virtually. We're going to do Being Boozled virtually. I'm hoping we never, ever, ever do the one chip challenge again.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
the bean was definitely Rosado on that one.
Did you find? I looked up some other ones, and there's the world's hottest gummy bear.
Oh, I'm good.
And the world's hottest peanut. And
I'm good.
But I will tell you, shout out to my brother-in-law, Andy. He is a big fan of the hot ones. Like the wing show, which is awesome. We're not sponsored by them. We're not affiliated with them whatsoever. But he brought over about 5 of those sauces for us to try.
I'm excited.
So we'll
once COVID lifts, we'll have to try that. We'll have to get some wings on our own and hit those sauces up and review them.
Yes. So I'm excited, man. You know what? I'm just looking forward, and everything's going to be awesome. You know what I'm saying? There is one thing that we want to start doing, and I think Milky wants to talk about a new segment he wants to start doing. So we want to talk about that a little bit.
Caught me off guard on that one. I was unprepared. Yes. So starting in probably the next episode or the episode after that, we're going to introduce a episode called Spilled Milk. So since how you caught me off guard, I'm going to kind of do it right now. I kind of already did it as far as being on the same team and everything. So spilled milk, if nobody knows, when you cry over spilled milk, it's crying over something that has already happened that you can't change.
So here we go. You're gonna do it. I want to do your intro because you always do the intro for me for Señores, bienvenidos al Spoiled Milk.
If you're gonna say it, it's spilled milk, not spoiled milk.
Spilled milk.
But yeah, so let's just hit a couple of bullet points that has irked me. Any of you Cardinal fans out there, I can understand your pain because Cliff Kingsbury blew that game. I mean, first of all, who the hell calls a read option with a hurt quarterback on 3rd and 32 or 33 or 23 or whatever the hell it was? You're at the 50. You got 4 or 5 minutes left, and you're running a read option on 3rd and 20 something and forever. Throw it up to DeAndre Hopkins. For God's sakes, at least we won't think you're an idiot for that. Moving on. As far as the craziness that went down with the Capitol, please, humans, stop following other humans and their beliefs and their ideas, because while you may align with them, let them execute that kind of bullshit. They should have been on the front line with you instead of y'all taking the blunt of it. Once again, spill milk. Damn, the COVID numbers are ridiculous. Whether or not you believe they're all true, please take your vaccine. I'm not asking, I'm telling, take your vaccine. So that was a very brief taste of the spilled milk segment. Granted, most likely it will be longer than that, but that is your first taste of my spilled milk.
Nice.
But in light of that, then I guess we have to follow that up with the frijole of the day.
Señores and señoras, the 2021 frijole of the day. So a weasel walked into a bar. A weasel walks into a bar. The bartender says, "I've never served a weasel before. What would you like?" Pop goes the weasel.
Oh my god!
You get it? Pop goes the weasel.
Because the weasel goes pop.
He's asking for a pop. All right, guys. Well, hey, we appreciate you guys. We love you guys. You know, a lot more content to come. You know, I'm sorry again that we're home. We're doing the best we can. We're gonna get you guys material. Hopefully, later on we can change things up. Enjoy that drink over there. And anything else you want to say before we sign off?
No, I mean, once again, this episode was hopeful for 21, so I hope everything comes to you guys that you were hoping for. Work hard, stay hard, do what you can to lave las manos and keep your young and loved ones safe and old ones safe. Other than that, that's all I got.
Let us know what you're hopeful for in the comments. Please like, comment, subscribe. We love the comments. So please.
That's my bell. So, I don't know how to make a bell. How do I make a bell? Is it a bell like this?
I don't know what that is. Huh? All right, guys. Well, we appreciate you guys. We love you guys. And like always, bye.